And the first one is, what do I do if NationStar is showing up on my credit report, but I don't have a mortgage in my name? It's in my spouse's name only. So this is something that we see quite often. And it is when a mortgage company, and specifically this is NationStar, it happens to other companies as well, where they will get a loan and then they start collecting against you. But the problem is the loan's not in your name. So, and I'll use myself as an example. So if my wife is the only one on the note, and just make sure we're clear on the terms, the note is the debt, and then that is tied to the dirt or to the property by the mortgage. Now we say, I need to make my mortgage payment. If we were being technically correct, we'd say I need to make my note payment. But let's assume that only my wife is on the note. I'm not on the note at all. But suddenly on my credit report, NationStar is reporting. And maybe there are collection letters from NationStar saying, hey, John, you owe this debt. But see, I don't owe the debt. So what do? Well, normally when a company like NationStar gets the debt, so let's represent it with this piece of paper. The question is, was that loan in default when NationStar first touched it? The answer is almost always yes. Well, if that's true, then NationStar is a debt collector, and they're subject to the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. So what does that law provide? What does it give to you? Well, it tells debt collectors like NationStar, you better not lie. You better not do anything unfair or harassing. Well, let's think about that. If I'm not even on the note and I don't owe any money, then if NationStar is saying I owe the money, that's a lie. That's unfair. Certainly the note, the contract does not say, oh, and by the way, you can report this or collect against people who don't owe the debt. No, of course it doesn't say that. Is that harassing? Well, sure it is. To say to somebody who owes nothing, to say to them, you owe this money, I'm going to destroy your credit report, I'm going to send you harassing letters, I'm going to make harassing phone calls. Well, I don't know how else you would describe it. So what's the solution? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. One, you can dispute through the credit bureaus. Because a lot of times a company like NationStar will not remove this from your credit report. But if you go directly to the credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, sometimes they will, even if NationStar doesn't want them to. Although usually they'll do whatever NationStar tells them to do. The other approach is to say, you know what, we're just going to sue NationStar under the FDCPA because that prohibits false credit reporting, prohibits false debt collection and harassing, unfair, all those things that when you're collecting against somebody who doesn't owe anything, then I don't know how else you would describe it other than to say it's harassing, it's unfair, it's deceptive. So that is usually the best approach because once you sue these companies like a NationStar, and there's plenty of others that do it as well, but our question is on NationStar, they tend to suddenly go, oh, wait, we're going to fix this problem and we'll leave you alone. We'll take care of your credit reporting. And now how much do we need to pay you? But if you just call them, if you just write them letters, a lot of times they're like, no, that's not going to do it. We're not going to make a change. But when you sue them and they get that lawsuit in their hands, suddenly now they're very interested to at least try to make things right. And the question is, will they pay the right amount of money? Because this is illegal what they're doing. And there's a price that has to be paid for that illegal conduct. So if you're dealing with NationStar, Aquin, Celine, SLS, Bank of America, whoever the company is, and they are reporting on your credit report and they're coming after you for a loan that you're not even on, then you need to take some very serious and usually immediate action to make sure that that gets fixed now, but also in the future, that that company will remember, oh yeah, do not do false credit reporting on the spouse who doesn't owe anything. So that's usually the right solution.